Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a slow, calm breath of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of any worry or stress to slowly but surely feel like it's leaving your body every time you exhale. Notice just how relaxed your eyelids are becoming. With your eyes closed, notice how much easier it is to notice where to release tension and stress. So as you breathe in and breathe out, feel that wave, that ripple of relaxation going to every cell, every muscle, every part of your body, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. Your breath slowing with slower and deeper breaths. You can feel what it would feel like to be able to go deeper and deeper relaxed. As your body relaxes, your imagination awakens, just like a childlike imagination. And maybe as a child, you were told stories. And as you were told stories, you would create cartoons and movies just within your own imagination. And I want you to imagine a story is being told of a little chicken. And I want you to imagine there was a lush green forest, and that you are there in that lush green forest. And I want you to observe a small chick, not a full-grown chicken, but a chicken that is just small and young and naive. I want you to imagine you're observing this little chicken in the forest surrounded by trees. And this small little chicken was just pecking at the ground, looking for food. When trees being trees, especially big old trees, when the wind blows, branches occasionally snap and they fall. This branch fell, narrowly missing this small little chicken. And of course, the little chicken was startled and made a rapid evaluation. Noticed that the branch had fallen apart from the tree and declared with absolute certainty, everything is falling apart. The little chicken fluttered through the forest, telling everyone that would listen that everything is falling apart. And anxiety is contagious. As the chicken spoke their truth, all the other animals in the forest also felt anxious and scared as they started looking for references in their life that, yes, indeed, everything is falling apart. The birds took flight. The rabbits burrowed deeper. And the deer ran for the hills. The forest was in an uproar panic everywhere, with animals abandoning their homes and neglecting their duties. Food was left ungathered, and the younger animals were confused and scared. As you witness the chaos in the forest, also observe, over in the distance, there's an old wise owl that was watching. And after a while, he swooped down into a clearing in the forest and gathered all the animals. He explained that the falling branch was just a natural occurrence and not a sign of impending doom. That across the forest, there were thousands and thousands of branches, and yet just one had fallen close to the little chicken. As the small forest animals started to understand, to perceive differently, to look at things in perspective, all the animals, the little chicken included, all became calmer, and also realized that their overreaction, the amplification of what they'd witnessed, had caused way more trouble than the fallen branch itself. In the end, all the animals in the forest learned the importance of staying calm, seeking clarity, and not allowing fear to become bigger than it needs to be. And so the forest returned to its peaceful harmony, with the little chicken a bit more thoughtful, a bit more wise, and a lot less prone to panic. As you imagine being in that same forest, witnessing all of the events unfold, I wonder, what are the falling branches in your life? The things that are very close to home, the things that made you jump, the things that happen unexpectedly, that may lead to an evaluation that everything is uncertain, everything is falling apart. But what if the majority of branches are still on the tree? And just because a few things have changed doesn't mean everything is uncertain. Because certain things are always certain. I want you to get a sense that even during chaotic and changing times, there are many positive and empowering certainties that you can hold on to. That in your life, you've overcome adversity again and again, and therefore your inner strength and resilience can carry you through challenging times. When you think about the world and the societies and humankind from the beginning of time, isn't it a certainty that humans have a remarkable capacity to adapt to new situations and environments? That when things change, quite often it brings new opportunities and new ways of looking at things. It's been a certainty throughout history that difficult times are often great teachers, fostering exactly what is necessary for personal growth. That no matter what happens in the world, you will always have an element of choice in exactly how you respond to the circumstances around you. I want you to think of the people in your life, those that give you support, understanding, a feeling of joy, a feeling of gratitude just to know they are there. And to accept it's also a certainty that there are always moments of happiness and joy to be found, even in tough times. Isn't it also true that the ability to take care of yourself is within your control, whether or not you have a shower or not, brush your teeth or not? Is within your control, and you have the certainty to make certain things happen. There has been chaos from the beginning of time all the way to the present moment. And yet life often comes in seasons. But following chaos and turmoil always comes hope for a brighter future. It's also a certainty that humans need connection. Why is it that humans congregate in cities and towns rather than being solo creatures? The need for human connection is a certainty. And I want you to think of the certainties in your life. What are things that you know to be true? You are alive. You are listening to my words right now. You are breathing. All of these things are certainties. I want you to acknowledge that sometimes we focus too much on the change, on the problem, whereas there is so much more that is stable and certain, and a feeling of gratitude can come from what you know to be true, especially those which enrich your life. So imagine you're back in that magical forest, and allow the forest to be a playground for your imagination. See the flowers, the trees, feel so relaxed in this place. And then imagine a world back in your reality where each uncertainty paves the way for new opportunities and growth. That you can feel a deep sense of certainty in your ability to adapt and thrive in almost any situation. I want you to think of all the times in your life that you've overcome adversity and see that as evidence of the insatiable resilience that lies within you. And I wonder what would happen if you were able to find positive meanings and empowering lessons in the tough times of your life. That you've come through so much, and that your past achievements are evidence of your ability to navigate uncertainty. want you to think of those things you're truly grateful for. And as you embrace gratitude, you can do it for the wonderful aspects of your life, but also the tiny things that you are able to appreciate. And notice the more time you spend thinking about what you can control, what is certain, and what you're grateful for, there is a growing sense of control and empowerment growing within you. That challenges can be a stepping stone rather than a barrier, and that your inner wisdom can guide you through those uncertain times. To some extent, we need uncertainty. If everything is too predictable, life would be boring. So recognize that uncertainty is just a part of life. In the same way that the weather changes, the seasons change, things change in life. But it can be a catalyst for growth and learning. So feel grounded in the present moment. You can influence the speed of your breath and take a sense of certainty in that. Just by thinking of one person in your life, you're able to immediately find joy and contentment. And I wonder what would happen if you start to see this current time as a way where you can build such resilience, such optimism, a sense of mental strength, that when the seasons change, you feel that you can handle anything that life throws at you. And you can remind yourself that you possess an inner strength that can weather any storm. As you hold on to the certainty that life's challenges also bring blessings and new beginnings. Some people call it faith. That without any evidence, you can have certainty that things will get better. So as you begin to embrace the journey of life, with all its twists and turns, you start to see that in its own way, there is meaning within the challenge. And the more you cope, the more you're able to cope. And accept that each day brings you closer to the clarity and certainty you seek. And with that certainty and clarity, feel a renewed sense of optimism for the future, bright with possibilities. As you trust that life's uncertainties are not obstacles, but opportunities to become an evolved, stronger version of you. Breathe in and breathe out, and it's time to return from the forest, back to your reality, back to the present moment, but take all of this new perspective, certainty, inner strength with you, as you have a renewed sense that things will get better, and that you can focus on those things that enrich your life rather than are a cause of anxiety. So breathe in and breathe out, feeling that you're returning to the present. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully in the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling calm, resourceful, with a wonderful sense of inner certainty. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.